The Castis. Have you come to analyze the recently discovered coral permutations fastened to the hulls of our vessels?
No. I'm looking for a woman named Rini.
Yes, well, that is a subject I have absolutely zero authority in, I'm afraid. I cannot help you.
Her son is very worried.
Please, do not asphyxiate me!
What are you doing?
I like humans, and I liked Rini. Poor Alcon. But if they hear me talking to you, they'll kill me.
Tell me where she is, or I'll cut you!
I told you I don't know anything! You'll find my contact not far from here, but be careful. A trap has been set for you.
You have made the Castis very angry! Thank you.
Please don't tell Poseidon! You have compassion, Castis. You may be the only one who can calm the brewing storm between humans and Isu. Ah.
The harbor master was right. They're waiting for me. Well, I'd hate to disappoint them. I want to lose. So, the Zarios abducted Rini. I'm going to find him. They won't ask any questions. Best keep out of sight. There's a lot of guards for a quarry. I wonder why.
I need to find who's doing that. Huh? What the? That doesn't look right. Saw something. Huh?
Well, isn't this an honor? How'd you get past my guards?
I'm looking for Damadis.
And why would the great Vikastis be looking for missing humans?
I never said he was missing.
Very clever. Hybrid. When my humans transport adamant to the experimentation chamber, they don't always return. Occasionally they fall through the cracks, like rats.
A little boy is worried about his father. Just tell me where this experimentation chamber is.
Your compassion for humans is unproductive.
Your hatred for humans is self-destructive.
Fine. It's in the Garden of Kimopolia. But you're wasting your time. The doors are locked.
Then I'll just have to find the key.
You can try, hybrid.
You know, treating humans like vermin will get you killed one day. That day is today. Don't like the sounds of this experimentation chamber. And what do the Isu need with all this adamant? Algon's probably wondering where I am. I'll go see him.
I should be extra careful in this area.
Dicastis Alexios, did you find Mater and Pater?
Not yet. But I know they were taken to some sort of experimentation chamber by an Isu named Zarios.
Zarios? But he was always so kind to us. He gave us food and defended us when the others called us rats.
Do you know where I can find him? The doors to the chamber are locked, and he's my last hope of getting in.
He's usually at the fortified Doma of Miniseas, but he's always protected by guards.
That never stops me.
I should watch my step around here.
Zarios, you've abducted your last human.
Oh no! You... Huh? Hello? Nothing here. That's good. Huh? Definitely heard something. Huh?
like the one Atlas gave me. Maybe it can help me get into the experimentation chamber. This looks like the perfect place to hide missing humans. Locked. But I think I know what opens this. The more complicated the key, the bigger the secret. Someone really doesn't want any visitors.
What was that? Sounds human. Better check it out. What?
What is this? Malaka!
Ah, I've been waiting for you, Alexios. Welcome to the birthplace of legends.
Who said that? Show yourself!
My name is Aita. I am a scientist, and in many ways, these are my children.
You created the Minotaur? The Cyclops? The Writhing Dread? They're monsters!
Are we not all monsters? Imperfect beings striving towards our ultimate potential. Is that not why you are here?
I'm here because a little boy's parents are missing, and all signs point to you.
How very human of you.
Ugh. Amadis! Rainy! Are you here?
Over here! We're here!
Please, help us! Don't worry, I'm getting everyone out of here.
Didn't anyone teach you it's cruel to lie?
What? What's cruel is abducting and experimenting on these people.
Without sacrifice, there can be no progress. Without experimentation, there can be no perfection.
You're breaking Poseidon's law.
I am advancing knowledge for the betterment of Atlantis. Poseidon's lack of vision keeps us in darkness. But we are close. So very close.
Humans are not animals to be caged and tortured.
We created them to serve us. That is their sole purpose.
Let these people go.
It's too late for them. Project Olympus has already begun. One human escaped before the transformation was complete, and lives were lost. This won't happen again. Surely you understand.
Lyra. She took her own life after what you did to her.
So, you've seen the beast she becomes.
I'm getting these people out of here.
But don't you want to know what's behind this door?
All right, I'll play. Tell me.
Why tell you when I can show you? Just know, to enter the chamber is to forfeit their lives. You cannot have both.
What if I just killed you, set these people free, and broke through your stupid door?
You can't kill me, Alexios. I can see you're struggling. What if I told you the greatest achievement in Atlantis is behind that door? And that we owe that achievement to you?
What are you talking about?
Through there is a path to immortality. For you. For us. Embrace your legacy. Forget these miserable humans. Abandon morality, and the answers to all your questions are just beyond that door.
Please! Save us or we'll die!
You will be reborn! Don't you want to know why you're really here? Free the people and this door will remain closed to you forever. Pass through, however, and it will lock behind you. These rats will be mine. What will it be, Vigastis? Their lives? Or your destiny?
Fuck your door. I promised a little boy I'd bring his parents home. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Very disappointing. No matter. If there are two things Atlantis has in ample supply, it is adamant and humans.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Thank you, Vigastis.
I'll get to see Alcon again.
Hurry!
How can we ever repay you?
Tell your son if Anisu ever calls him a rat again, Vigastis Alexios will deal with them personally. Poseidon lied to me. They've been experimenting on humans this whole time.
My Vicastes has returned. I can only presume you've delivered judgment to Atlantis.
You said you outlawed experimentation on humans. All of it was lies. The Isu are out of control.
What are you talking about? My laws are absolute, and by them all must abide. I have declared it.
Your laws have done nothing. People are suffering under your rule, and you don't even realize it.
No one would have the audacity to disobey me. Surely this is a mistake.
You should listen to him, you know.
Juno. Impossible! You're forbidden from entering the city. Guards!
Your guards respect your sons. And when you appointed that hybrid as your Dicastis, your sons turned to us.
Even my sons know better than to bow to a warmonger!
The humans are bringing war whether we want it or not, Poseidon.
They should, after what you've done.
You mean what they've forced us to do. Poseidon worries about the sun and his solar floral regeneration project. Catastrophe is coming for us. On that we agree. But there is only one catastrophe: humanity.
You can't trust Eta! He's a lunatic! You have no idea the monsters he's trapped in his hidden lair!
It was hidden only to Poseidon. My wife knew everything about it.
Hybrid. Project Olympus was my idea.
The end of a cycle in Atlantis doesn't have to be a catastrophe.
It's far worse. We've detected changes in the surface of the sun. If we don't prepare...
If we don't prepare, humans will kill us all. The only ecological catastrophe we face is the one we created ourselves.
When I got here, Poseidon said I was where I belonged. Someone tell me why I'm really here. Now!
Such sadness. He's even more human than I expected. Eta, answer him.
Gladly. In you, we found opportunity. Imagine the possibilities if we duplicated your hybrid form. We could employ our technology to control your mind. You, hybrid, can be used to craft Juno's ultimate weapon.
Or rather, you could have been. My husband's experiment was promising, but after observation, we've decided you are a failure. Our new weapon is far deadlier than you could ever be.
The Ekatochires. Aida, you didn't.
I did.
The Ekatochires will rise. Project Olympus will strike fear so deeply into the hearts of humanity, they would never consider revolt. And you will declare my husband the Dicastis Vasilevs.
Dicastis, stop this. If they are successful, we are doomed. All of us. You have to trust me.
You deal with these two. I'll find a way to stop their plans.
It's too late. The procedure was already a success. The Ekatochires lives. Can't you hear him stir?
You did this in my laboratory under the palace. Entrance was barred when I outlawed human experimentation.
What is that sound? Is that your weapon?
I will bring justice to these two, but I need you to stop the Ekatochires before it kills us all. Go!
only one dying is you!
Remarkable. You really are the greatest of the humans and of my people.
Where is Juno and Etta?
Imprisoned, for now. But they will not stop.
If imprisonment won't stop them, then leave them alone in a room with me. I'll make sure they never hurt anyone again.
And what would that prove? That you're as cruel as Juno and her husband?
I don't intend to prove anything. I intend to stop this, and to save those that have suffered because of your hubris.
So in the end, you brought judgment to Atlantis after all. Very well, Gastis. Do you still have Cerberus' device? I didn't tell you everything about your stuff. It is a bridge between your two selves. But by coupling it with the powers of the devices you retrieved from the Cerberus and the Gatochires, we can end Atlantis' cycle forever.
I wasn't just awakening my sixth sense. I was unlocking the power to destroy the entire city.
In the wrong hands, the staff has the power to destroy everything. That is why you, and only you, could be its keeper.
You act like you knew this would happen.
I'm tired, just as you are. I waited many cycles for Atlantis' final judgment to come. I only wish it had come sooner. Think of the suffering it would have prevented.
If we do this, you and your sons...
My family have had generations to show kindness, modesty, temperance. We refused, and in so doing, this choice was made by us as much as by you.
The humans in this city don't deserve to die.
When we do this, the horns will wail and the animals will be set free. Humans in the Borimos Ring will know to take their boats. I assure you, they will escape.
If we sink the city, but I'm in it, then I die too.
No. You are the keeper of the staff. It will protect you. Unfortunately for you, now is not your time.
You said it yourself. Juno and Etta will never stop. I've seen those laboratories, the experiments in them. There's only one way to end the suffering here. Destroy this place.
My one wish is that I had more time to learn from you. In time, I may have learned to be more human.
Here, Poseidon.
Keeper of the Staff, your trials are over.
We're back in the throne room.
Tell me, now that you have seen the fate of Atlantis, how do you feel?
You want to know how I'm feeling? I'm tired, Alethea.
Your burden is great, Keeper. The staff will replenish your physical body, but with time, you must learn that your strength comes from within.
So, what was all this?
What you have experienced are echoes of memories, distorted, but no less real.
Whose memories?
These you, some were even my own. In my time as Dikastis, I also tried to bring balance to Atlantis, but it wasn't enough.
You?
And now you.
My trials forced me to reunite with my grandfather. Phoebe, Brasidas, even Alpinor.
And in so doing, you passed a valuable trial. The staff has the power to prolong life. That is not your role. You must learn to say goodbye again and again, but let death take what it will from this world.
Were they real?
They are with you always, so yes. In time you must let them go, but that will be another trial.
My trials in Elysium brought destruction and rebellion.
Not due to you, but Persephone. She was a ruler who controlled her domain through extreme order. In so doing, you saw that her rule was doomed to failure.
In the underworld, I was forced to endure a realm of pure chaos.
Indeed. Hades was a king who invited that chaos, and devastation came with it. But know this. You will be forced to endure far worse suffering before your death has come.
Elysium and the underworld were doomed. But in Atlantis, I almost thought Poseidon and I could do some good.
Yet there you discovered the issue as we really were. Flawed. No matter how many times I have seen that echo of memory, my home always meets destruction.
I'm ready to leave. You coming? We, are entwined after all.
You saw Persephone rule through order, Hades through chaos, and even had a taste of being a ruler yourself in Atlantis.
It was a disaster.
You have seen there is no path to power for the Keeper. In the staff, you have the ability to bring this world to its knees, but that is not your role. You must use your strength to restrain the power of the staff, to guard it, to keep.
My mother once told me I was sent by the gods to protect this world. I gave her my word. And now, I give my word to you.
And what of your word, heir of memories? You must wake up and redeem yourself before it's too late, or it will be you who tears this world apart. Now awake! The interloper has found you! Wake! Now!
are you?
Talking to yourself, Layla Hassan? Clearly the Isu artifact has had quite the effect on you. You're going mad.
Mr. Berg, you finally showed up.
Most impressive. I knew if anyone could discover this place, it was you. But you left Abstergo before you could be assigned this mission.
Sigma 6 found it just fine after you tapped into our comm signal. We know it was you.
Correct. What you don't know is that I've been listening in for much longer. Ever since you found the Book of Herodotus, from Templar research I'm sure you stole.
Abstergo are murderers, and you're nothing but their killing machine.
A righteous claim. And what of the Sigma team I dispatched earlier to find you? You killed them.
Look, I saw your files in the Abstergo database. I know about Alina. If you knew what the staff could do for her...
Don't say a word about her.
Then forget it! I was trying to compromise.
No compromising. The artifact is coming with me.
You had no right to do what you did to Deanna. You should have come after me!
You're always next on the list. I'll check you off today.
You're a real Yahomar, Otso. This is over.
Indeed. The world outside is coming to its inevitable end. Whose side you're on won't matter anymore. Come. Hand over the staff.
It does matter. I'll always be an assassin. And if you want the staff, you're gonna have to take it from me.
First Victoria, admit it. You can't handle the power of the artifact.
Wanna know my favorite thing about the staff?
Don't gloat.
It's the... immortality.
Petty to the end.
The thing is, Mr. Berg, I don't care if you live or die. You just gotta get out of my way. Face it, Templar's lost. Altair 2, come in. Altair 2, come in! Atlantis has been compromised.
My legs.
Alethea? Alethea! Okay, think, Layla. Your comms are broken. How do you get help? Vic, I failed you. I'm sorry I didn't listen. I wasn't there when you needed me. Remember that night you made dinner? I'm sorry I said you can't cook. If I knew this is what would happen, I never would have... Please. Send me a sign. Your earpiece. Can anyone hear me?
Victoria, we've been trying to find a way to force communication. First, we lost everyone's vitals, and
Elena.
then...
It's me.
Layla? How? This is Victoria's channel. Where is she? What's been happening down there? Did you finish the trials?
Yes, we have the staff. I finished our trials, but...
That's incredible! An actual Isu artifact in assassin control. This changes everything.
I'm not in control, Elena, and nothing's changed. Also, Burgess the Interloper, he's in the throne room with me. Look, I'll explain everything, but the Templars know what we're doing, and they're after us. I need you to get me out of here.
With you? Are you safe?
We fought. He passed out, but he's stable. Please don't make me check on him.
You didn't... kill him?
No. He's still alive.
Sit tight, Layla. We're coming for you, but it might take time. What are you gonna do?
Until you get here, I'm going back into the Animus. There are a lot of people to say goodbye to.
Ready for sailing! Full speed! Four oars! We're at full speed!
We spotted some salvage!
Faster! Whoa! Feel that wind! More speed!
We can hit them with fire! Back on safe waters! We won't need our weapons here.
This is it.
How does it feel being back?
It feels like... words escape me.
That's a first.
To my eyes, it's home. The smells and sounds are familiar, but it's been so long. I don't know if I can do this.
You've done more difficult things.
Challenges we overcome always seem easier when they're behind us. What would you do?
Hold my head high, walk with purpose, push those feelings of doubt aside.
You're right. I suppose we should head to my family home first.
Lead the way.
Living near the docks was so exciting as a child.
How so?
There was always a new ship to see, new people to watch. From the sailors, often a new word to learn. Most of which got me in trouble.
I'm sure your mother remembered those days fondly.
I know I do. So many faces I don't recognize.
You've been gone a long time.
Even so, I was hoping there'd be someone I know. Someone who'd remind me of my life before I left.
We've only just arrived. It'll be okay.
Here we are. This is what I called home for most of my childhood.
Most?
I came to Samos at a young age, but I was born in Aligarnassos. Those are days I'd rather not remember. It doesn't look like it's changed much in my absence.
One of your toys?
It was my brother's. I often hid it when he wouldn't let me play with it.
This pottery looks special.
My father always felt art was a great outlet when things seemed overwhelming.
A tablet. Looks like some old writing. These ships never stay for long. Samos is a place people come for a visit, but not to live. Is there something about this place I don't yet see?
One of my first writings. I was always restless here. Always wanting to learn more about the world beyond, and the world that was.
Herodotus!
Mistor!
Praise the gods! It's been far too long.
It has indeed. You're looking well. As are you, Theodoros.
I should go. I'm glad you're back. You have some nerve, little brother. You stroll back into this house when you didn't.
Why doesn't everyone just take a deep breath?
How could you say I didn't come back when I'm here, right now? We came as soon as the letter arrived.
And
He's a friend. I couldn't stay here. I needed to leave. At least tell me where they died.
him sometime. I'm sure he's just surprised to see you.
His eyes showed hatred.
He probably missed you. You'll see.
It's a bit late for that.
I know this wasn't the welcome you were expecting.
But perhaps it was the one I deserved. For now, I only want to see where they died. I owe that to them.
I'll come with you.
I'd like that.
If you're ready, we should go.
Waiting to face reality will do me no good. I used to know this island as well as my own home.
Seems like a nice place to grow up.
It was. I spent a lot of time on my own, or with Theodoros and Nisto. My parents are...
But it wasn't a life for you.
There's only so many ships you can see sail away as a boy, before you feel the pull to leave as well. Theodoros was talking about. My parents used to love walking here. I can't believe this is where my parents last stood. Where fate decided to take them from us. I thought I'd write about their history on Samos and all they did one day. But not this soon. I should have been here. Should never have left.
There is nothing you could have done.
But if I had tried, maybe...
Maybe you would have died alongside them. And that would have helped nobody.
Perhaps you're right.
I want you to remember that while we're on Samos.
I'll try. I just wish I could have seen them once more.
Do you have a favorite memory of them?
I remember when my father taught me to swim. He tossed me off the side of the dock. I thought I was going to drown, but then I saw what I thought was a shark. I flailed my arms and kicked my legs until I made it to shore, only to see it was Theodoros, with a bit of rock above his head. I still remember the sound of my father's laugh and the warmth of my mother's embrace.
Did your parents like it on Samos?
It was more than just a home to them. I saw how happy this place made them, and only wanted to feel the same somewhere as well.
What did your parents think of your writing?
They always encouraged it. It helped that Theodoros was talented as well, although he always felt more drawn to poetry. If it weren't for their support, there's a good chance I would have never pursued it.
If there's anything you'd like to say about your parents, you should.
I always feel more comfortable writing than I do speaking.
I'm not going to judge. And I know they wouldn't either.
They meant everything to me. They always encouraged me. I knew they'd be happy for me no matter what. I'm sorry I didn't come back sooner. There was so much I wanted to tell you, to show you. Mother, you were one of the strongest people I knew. You pushed for truth, no matter the obstacle. Father, your compassion is something I won't soon forget. You taught me it was okay to feel, for myself and for others. Your names and deeds won't be forgotten. We should head back.
Stay close! Those were followers of Ares. Why do I have a feeling they don't belong here?
I've never heard of them being on Samos. Something is going on. Maybe Theodorus will know. Followers of Ares here. I don't understand.
The question is whether they came on their own, or someone sent them.
Neither outcome is favorable for us, nor Samos. I wonder what my parents would do.
Exactly what we're going to do. Protect Samos.
Ah, you're back. I hoped you'd set sail already.
Now isn't the time. We were just attacked.
Gods cursed these warring Greeks. Was it the Athenians or the Spartans this time?
Neither. It was a group called the Followers of Ares.
Whoever it was, thank the gods you're okay.
Have either of you heard of the Followers of Ares?
Only in name. Who are they?
They only care for one thing. War.
And you believe they're here, on Samos?
They're the ones who attacked us. Have you noticed anything suspicious lately? Strange ships docking, groups of people you haven't seen before.
No, things have been normal. It's been a welcome change.
Something is happening here on Samos. We need answers.
He's right. If the followers of Ares are here, there's a reason for it.
Then it's another reason for you to go. We'll handle whatever is happening here.
This is my home too. I'm not leaving until I get to the bottom of this.
If it's not safe, you shouldn't stay.
He's plenty safe with me.
Of course.
Come, mister. If this fool won't heed our warnings, it's not our concern.
They weren't much help.
Something doesn't add up. How could Theodorus and Mr. both know nothing?
I think they were keeping something from us.
But why?
That's what we need to find out. What's next?
If they're somewhere on this island, they'd stay away from the city. There was a cave I used to play in as a child. It may be worth looking into.
Let's start there.
follow you in after you've finished.
Killing everyone inside.
So this is where they've been hiding.
You were right to suggest we look here. But they've been dealt with.
We still need to find out what they were doing here in the first place. Let's look around. Yes, that.
These coins aren't like any I've seen before.
I have. They're Persian.
There's a list of names here.
I recognize these names. They're all quite influential on Samos. But Missos is missing.
Athenian and Spartan uniforms.
They could have the people of Samos believe they were attacking from either side.
I didn't take the followers of Ares to be lovers of poetry.
They're not. This work, it's awfully close to the style Theodorus uses. Why would his writings be here?
I didn't take them for the heirloom type.
How did they? That's our family's sigil.
They must have stolen it.
There's no way they could have found that on their own. It was given to them. I'm afraid to even say what I think is going on here.
This island and these people are yours. Tell me what you're thinking.
Persia wants to take control of Samos. It'd be a good staging ground for something greater.
You're right.
I only wish that was all there is to worry about.
What is it?
If Persia is involved, they couldn't have done this alone. They would have needed someone here to help them.
Someone with ties to the Empire.
And influence on Samos, yes. Other than myself, there are only two others who could be responsible for what's going to happen and for what already has.
Herodotus.
With everything we've found, everything you've seen and heard, please, just tell me which of them it is.
It's Theodorus. He's working for the Persians and brought the followers of Ares here.
I was afraid you'd say that. But I know you must be right.
What do you want to do now?
I need to talk to Theodorus. I don't understand why he'd do this.
Drachmi can be a powerful motivator, as can the promise of power.
But he already had both of those.
I know you want to understand it all, but we don't always get the answers we seek.
It's as if you've forgotten that you no longer live here, Herodotus.
We know what you did.
We found the cave where the followers of Ares were hiding.
Why are you working for the Persians? The people of Samos don't deserve to be subjected to the same things we were. Or do you not remember why we left in the first place?
How dare you? Everything I've done has been for the good of Samos. I wish to free Samos from this war. But for you to accuse me of handing it to the Persians...
Did you order them to kill our parents? Or was it a mistake on their part?
You should have never come back here!
Theodoros!
I know that wasn't easy for you, but it's not over yet.
We tasked ourselves with protecting Samos, and it's not yet safe. We need to go after him.
Where to?
To find Mistur, and Theodoros too.
There's no way Theodoros could have ordered these troops to attack us. We need to find Mistur.
There's a hidden cove where ships can dock unseen. Let's go.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Eh? Who's whistling? Let's see how well you whistle when I knock your teeth out. You! Give... Save me! Somebody! How will I ever repay
Get you out of here.
I owe...
Lead the way.
You should be safe now. Where's Mistor?
After he ordered me locked up, he left. Seemed impatient.
Theodoros.
Not another word from you.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Once you've dealt with Mistor, you need to leave for good. Samos won't need you any longer. Neither will I.
You know what needs to be done now, right?
Unfortunately, I do.
You can stay behind if you want. I can do it myself.
No. I need to see him. I need to know why he did this.
Stop! Okay, you got me.
How could you do this? After everything our family did for you. They took you in, and you had them killed.
That was an unfortunate accident. I promise you, I weep for their deaths every day.
I can't trust anything you say.
Why trick Theodoros into helping you?
Allies are hard to come by, and Theodoros was more than willing.
Tell me what the Persians are planning.
Samos would make a good stronghold, don't you think?
You betrayed Samos, your family.
Not everything is black and white. Sometimes, people need others to make the best decision for them. And they're giving me Samos to rule.
It doesn't matter now. The followers of Ares working for you are dead.
Everyone will know what you did here. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, I hope you do. I've always wanted my name to be remembered. However, you may not want to start writing just yet.
What do you mean?
The ships are already on their way.
Let him go. We need to stop the ships. I'll meet you there.
Ready?
Waiting your orders, Commander.
Stow the rowers!
The commander's leaving the deck!
Samos is safe.
What about Mistor?
After his failure, he won't get a second chance. Plus, there's no way he'd stay on Samos now.
About Theodoros. It was my fault you accused him.
But only because I didn't trust myself enough to do so.
But you trusted me.
My trust in you was sound. It was still my choice to accuse him, not yours. Thank you for everything, Alexios. Without you, I couldn't have gotten through this. I sometimes feel like we've spent as much time at sea as on land.
You may be right. We've traveled a lot together.
I think it may be time I set off on my own.
Of course. As much as I like you by my side, I can't expect you to stay forever.
I figured I'd take my leave while you still feel that way. It will feel strange, though.
It will take some getting used to. Well, where should I take you?
The docks near Athens should do. There are some others I'd like to say goodbye to as well.
I'm sure they'll be sorry to see you go. To Athens.
I sometimes pinch myself to make sure that I'm awake, and that all we went through truly happened.
With your writings, it won't soon be forgotten either.
The world will be better knowing. My mind is flooded with the memories of all we experienced.
Do you have a favorite?
How could I possibly decide? You opened my eyes to so much, uncovered so many secrets and mysteries that will change the course of the world. Your spear, and all it suggests. Atlantis, the cult.
None of those things are mine alone to take credit for. You were there through it all.
How could I ignore what was so clearly in front of me?
You couldn't, which is why you have as much of a claim to all we did.
I wonder what the great Eagle Bearer will remember best from this journey.
The symposium won't easily be forgotten.
No, I'd imagine not.
It was overwhelming. But looking back on it now and everyone I met, I'm not sure how I'd put it into words. I guess that'll be up to you.
I guess this is it. As much as I'll miss our conversations, this is where our paths diverge.
Where is your path taking you now?
To Thuri.
What's waiting for you there?
That's the exciting part. I have no idea.
I'm not sure anyone loves the unknown as much as you.
It only stays that way until someone cares enough to make it known. In Thuri, that someone will be me.
Will I see you again?
Our paths may cross once more, And I hope they do. If that comes to pass after all, it likely means something big is following, close behind.
Then I hope our adventures are nowhere near complete. I've never been great at saying goodbye.
To do so is to impart a sense of finality, and we have no way of knowing if this truly is goodbye.
Good luck in your travels, Herodotus. I can't wait to hear what you get yourself into.
I'll share my stories with you, so long as you bring some new ones of your own.
I can do that. I'm here to see Socrates.
Alexios!
You know who I am?
Of course I do. Socrates never stops talking about you.
And you are...
His wife, of course. I'm Xanthippe.
Socrates never told me he had a wife.
Typical. The only time he's quiet is when he's eating. Yet he can't find time to mention me.
So, where is Socrates? I got a note that said to meet him here.
That's what I'd like to know. He went to another symposium last night, and he didn't come home after.
Sounds like a good place to start looking.
I was just about to head there myself. Come, keep me company.
How long have you and Socrates...
It's been quite some time now.
What is it about him that you love so much?
Love is not a word I'd use. He frustrates me to no end.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even so, it's worth the frustration. His mind is like no other. Not to mention, he's quite a good lover.
That's not something I wanted to picture. It must be why Alcibiades seems so infatuated with him.
Don't mention that name around me. Always coming by drunk, sending Socrates gifts like giant cakes.
I didn't know.
It's fine.
Xanthippe, over here! Xanthippe!
What is it?
Socrates. They took him away. They said he was under arrest.
For what?
I have no idea. We were just talking after the symposium. I'd say go ask him yourself, but he'll be guarded. They took him southeast of here.
That fool! I knew this would happen to him one day.
I'll find him. Don't worry.
This is his doing. It's best to let these things run their course.
I can't believe Socrates was arrested. I need to find out what happened. This area will be well defended.
For the gods! I see him!
gonna kill you!
Alexios, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same.
Well, here I am. Though I'm more curious about how you are here. The guards let you in?
I only had to tell them how close we are, and they let me come see you.
Ah, then you used what you learned from me. I'm impressed.
My words cut very, very deep.
Your care is appreciated, but if you had waited only a bit longer, I'm sure my trial would have taken place and I'd be free.
You're not going to trial. We're getting you out of here.
I understand your concern, but what good would escaping do other than prove I'm guilty? No. In fact, I'm looking forward to this trial.
You would go to trial just to prove you can convince them of your innocence?
Exactly. You have your ways to find excitement, and I have mine.
What were you arrested for?
I haven't the slightest idea.
And that doesn't bother you?
Sometimes understanding does not come at the moment we would like. More importantly, this is giving me the necessary time to think.
About...
I went to see the Pythia, and she told me there is none wiser than me. An intriguing thought, and one I've been unable to stop thinking about.
Socrates, the Pythia is...
It matters not what you believe she is or she isn't. I must examine not only her words, but my own self as well. I know nothing, so how could I be called wise?
What does that have to do with being locked up?
I believe my time here and this trial may help me find the answer. I will be fine. Trust me.
I've known you for a while now.
That's true.
And you'd call us friends?
I would.
And friends share important things with one another. Is that so?
It is.
Then how did I not know you were married? From what you just said, that means either we're not friends, or that friends don't share with one another. So, which is it?
I've wondered how much of our conversation you've taken to heart. And now, I have my answer.
Were you doing anything when you got arrested?
If speaking my mind is worth imprisonment, then I suppose I was.
In the future, you may want to be more careful.
You risk life and limb every time you draw your blade. Just because it's my tongue that is sharp, doesn't mean I'm not prepared to face the consequences of using it.
Since you won't leave with me, I'll go see the Pythia myself.
That's not necessary.
I'll find out why she told you that. I won't let you go to trial, even if you think you'll be found innocent.
Ah, Alexios, you...
I'll come back when I have what I need.
They'll keep a sharp watch here.
Not you.
You remember me?
Just go. I'm too old for this.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again!
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry, and tell me what you want.
There's something you need to know. The cult is dead.
What do you mean, they're dead?
Just that. I've killed them all. There's nobody left to control you.
You may have unmasked those who made the decisions, but the cult did not die with them. Their beliefs will live on.
Then I'll find and kill whoever follows them.
That is not a possible task. Now, tell me what you want.
You told Socrates something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Socrates he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Socrates as an ally, but simply asking him to help wouldn't have worked.
An ally? For what?
I know much of Socrates. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Socrates is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Socrates believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
I understand why you think Socrates can help, but why tell him he's the wisest?
He'll delve into what it means to be wisest. It's my hope he'll conclude he's not, and therefore doubt the words of the gods.
If you just told him your words aren't from the gods, wouldn't that serve the same purpose? And much quicker?
Socrates is not the type to desire the answer so easily. He'll have more drive when he finds the answer on his own.
This is getting complicated.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Socrates.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Socrates, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
Please, don't come back here again.
This is it.
Sorry for sharing my fear of tombs with you.
What was that?
Nothing.
That's enough.
You don't need to be scared now. I'm not with them.
That doesn't mean you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Socrates.
You are? Prove it.
I've never met someone as smart as Socrates. I always think about our conversations long after they finished.
You know him all right. I'm sorry for doubting you.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Socrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Socrates.
I've always been curious. What does Socrates teach you?
So much. Follow him around for an entire day and you won't be able to sleep. Your mind will be so aflutter with thoughts.
I'm not sure I'd last a whole day with him. What drew you to Socrates?
I've never met a man like him and I don't think I ever will again. Every day with him is one worth waking up for.
I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And, well, please, give this to Socrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That student gave me an idea. Xantippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Socrates. Not sure why the priests want Socrates gone, but I need to take care of them. I need to talk to them. Maybe I can convince them to stand up for Socrates at the trial.
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions he did.
I don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If we listen to others and take what they say as fact, we only have ourselves to blame.
So, no matter who is speaking, student or teacher, we must spend time trying to understand if what they say is even true.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystius. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Socrates needs your help.
Socrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Socrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Socrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Socrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Socrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen someone convince them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I can't even have a normal conversation with a child.
Normally is no fun. Look around. Everyone here wants the same thing.
Headaches?
Debate!
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Socrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead. Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I better hurry after the others. Here.
I should try to stay out of sight. ones who hired the thugs and want to get rid of Socrates. Now that all the priests are dead, they won't be able to testify against Socrates. I should return to Socrates before the trial starts.
My eyes are playing tricks on me! I won't die today, but you will! You mock the gods!
Socrates, you're here.
I am.
What happened? The trial couldn't have taken place that quickly.
Had I been given the chance to defend myself, it would have been quick indeed. But unfortunately for me, I was let free before I could.
That's good news.
Apparently, those who had charges to bring against me were found dead. And evidence they claimed to have went missing.
It sounds like someone was looking out for you.
There were also some people protesting my arrest, I was told. I have to ask, did you have something to do with this?
Me? Kill? Steal? Arrange protests?
Yes.
It does sound like me. But it was someone else this time.
I'm glad I asked.
Did you have time to find an answer for the Pythia's words?
I thought it would have taken much longer than it did, but the moment I stopped thinking about it, it came to me like a flash of Zeus's lightning.
So, do you agree with the Pythia, or not?
The gods cannot lie. Yet, I know that I know nothing. I had to understand what it meant for one who knows nothing to be called wise. I realized that though the Pythia said my name, she did not mean me.
Who did she mean then?
That is not an answer I'd yet like to voice. It's one that people may not want to hear, and I must think on how I wish to share my new beliefs with Athens.
Whatever it is, be careful. I don't want to find you've been arrested again. We should get you home. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable there.
In some ways, that will be true. In others, well, Xanthippe will decide that. Being free feels good, but I don't believe Xanthippe will be happy with me.
She has good reason to be mad this time.
We argue often about how I need to be careful with what I say and where I say it. This will only give her more cause to bring it up.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Oh, you misunderstand. I love it.
You do?
People see Xanthippe and believe it is her beauty that drew me to her. But it is her argumentative spirit I lust for.
Nobody ever likes that about me.
Having my opinions and thoughts challenged helps me to refine them and to grow as a person.
And she likes these arguments?
Oh, I doubt it. But it is in those fiery moments that her spirit is strongest, like an untamed horse.
Don't call her a horse to her face.
I'm afraid your advice is a bit too late.
Get somewhere safe, Socrates. Sometimes hard to know.
Let's hurry back before anything else happens.
You came back. Finally. I'm ready to return to Athens. I've had enough of Phokis and his talk of the Pythia.
You will be happy to hear I have no need for her words any longer.
Ah, then something positive came out of this after all.
I just remembered. A student of yours has been taking notes of your teachings. He wanted you to have them. What did you do that for?
Nobody asked him to write down my words.
Even so, why not keep it? Share it with others.
Because of a story I was told as a boy.
All right, let's hear it.
The king of Egypt, Thamos, was visited by the god Thephtha. Thephtha offered the invention of writing to the king and told him it was an elixir of memory and wisdom. But Thamos disagreed. He believed the people would no longer use their memories, for they would simply read instead. These written words would not offer true wisdom, but only the appearance of such.
You don't want your words written down so others can't use them to pretend to be smart.
Much like creatures in a painting, the words sit there unmoving. If you ask them a question, they will preserve a solemn silence. And no matter how many times you ask, they will only ever say the same thing. They cannot defend their message.
That's the part you like. The defense of your words.
All who speak should defend their words if questioned about them. That is why I choose to speak and not write. That is why any words of mine that last beyond my final breath will be those that people choose to remember. Those words will be true wisdom and not an illusion.
What's your plan now?
After I return to Athens, there's much I need to consider.
You'll be careful, right?
If I have to choose between saying nothing and staying safe, or speaking up and risking my life, the choice is easy.
I should get going. I'm glad you're free.
As am I, although, if you allow me, there is something.
I doubt I could stop you.
We like to believe that action means progress, but it's control that's so truly desired. The more we do, the more control it seems we have, but the less we allow for others. If we grip too tightly, we'll find we've crushed what it is we're holding on to.
Meaning?
Meaning we must sometimes let life unfold without trying to influence the outcome.
I'll keep that in mind. I almost forgot. In your letter, you said you had something to ask me. What was it?
You know, I've completely forgotten now. Take care, Alexios.
Stay out of trouble, Socrates.